Well, guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's layout, we are going to look into the rise of the multipolar world. This was requested of me to do by multiple people around the UK, Europe, and here in the United States of America. So I am shuffling now, and we're going to go ahead and lay the cards on here, and I'm going to pull from the top of the deck because it's easier to do that, but you saw me shuffling, and we're going to go ahead and start pulling. And this one feels good. So we have the Tower. So the first card in this reading is the Tower in upright position. Let's pull the next one. Let's see. We have the King of Swords. Can you see that? My apologies for the sound in the background. I am in the hotel. Okay, what else do we have? We have the Death card. That came out clear as day. Endings. Let's pull again. Looks like we have the 10 of Coins, which is the same as 10 of Pentacles in traditional tarot. All right. That's a completion as well. A lot of completion cards. All right. The next card, another 10 of Wands. And I'm going to pull a clarity for that one. Ooh, the Judgment. These cards are beautiful, by the way. We have Judgment. All right. I hope you guys can see these. The next card comes out is, the Moon. Look at all these major arcanas coming out in this reading, guys. All right, I'm trying to arrange these where you can see them. All right, let's pull again. What is this? Oh, it's the Knight of Wands. Fire energy. Yeah, Knight of Wands coming in. I'll try to rearrange these when I'm able to. Pick up some energy. Let's see. Oh, we have the Ace of Swords in upright. Ace of Swords. A lot of energy on this card. The Ace of Swords. And I feel like I need to put this down here and then possibly pull from the top. Let's pull. Let's see what we have. Oh, man, we have the Sun. The Sun card. This is very powerful. And I believe the Ace of Swords and the Sun need to be together. Guys, I'm running out of room. Let's pull one more at the top. Let's see. What is this? Oh, that came out in reverse, right? That did come out in reverse. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Let me see if I can make these cards fit. Give me 1 minute. This is going to drive me crazy. I cannot wait to get back in my own place where I can have a decent table and a layout where you can see everything. So please bear with me. I'm doing the best I can. I hope to be back in my new place in about 5 to 7 days. So let's rearrange these briefly. Let me get some overall energy off of these cards. I'm being told to pull one more just in case we need it for a clarity. I don't know why I'm being told that. So let's go ahead and shuffle and just pull. Oh, that came right out. Knight of Swords. So I'm going to set this over here in case we need it. It may not fit in this reading. I'm going to tug. There we go. I just tugged it over a little bit better so you can see the cards. We're going to start over here. I'm going to use my hands to pick up the energies I get off of the cards. We need to go ahead and move on to the Tower, the overall energy in the reading. Give me a minute. What is it we need to know about the multipolar world? The Tower puts me in a fear of instability. We are in a cycle of instability. Yes. We are seeing and will continue to see different types, everything coming in at once. So different things are going to happen at one time. Then we shift over to the King of Swords. This is my geopolitical. And what I get off of this card, geopolitical. There is geopolitical change. And when I look at I'm being taken to the United States of America. I can visualize a checker. This is a chessboard. I can visualize a chessboard, and China is saying checkmate. A taking over of China, and this alone, is a strong disruption of the global order. A taking over of China. So what does that mean? It means China is ahead of the United States, and you guys already knew that. And I'm fidgeting. I'm picking up energies off these cards. It's pretty strong. So China says checkmate to the United States in a game of chess because they are ahead. They are winning. I'm just the messenger. Please don't get mad. And let's just be honest. We're not going to sugarcoat in this reading either. At this time, we cannot compete with China. Clearly, I'm being shown that, especially when it comes to manufacturing, production, or even in diplomatic form. Yeah, we cannot. This means, to me, change of international order. That's what that means. As we move over to the third card, death, it feels more like permanency. It feels more like permanency of U.S.-led geopolitics. And we could even say ending of Western geopolitics. And that includes the UK, all of Europe, well, most of Europe, and the United States itself, allegedly. There has to be a rebirth, but we have to have the death first. Did you hear that? Let's go ahead and move over to the Ten of Pentacles. That's also a cycle. But Ten of Pentacles is more prominent. And so with this card, what I'm seeing is Asia. I'm getting something with Asia and China. Asia, China is rising in the world. They are. On an economic level, bringing demographics and the weight into our world. That's what I'm seeing. And then there's some people who are going to be mad at me, but it is what it is. And you can believe who you want to believe. This is what I'm seeing. Let's move on to the Ten of Wands. We have another 10, completion, cycle ending, and the Judgment. These two cards came out together, Ten of Wands and the Judgment card. Let me see what I can get off of these two cards, guys. We are in a ecological crisis. That's what I'm hearing. Ecological crisis. And the issue with this, I do believe, is how massively destructive this has been on our societies. Keep fidgeting with this card up here. I don't know why. That could be the Knight of Swords energy here. So again, this has gotten so out of control. I'm feeling that. Beyond our current, this makes so much sense why I'm getting it. Beyond our current politicians, especially in the United States, the UK, and parts of Europe. And honestly, 99% all EU countries, I have to say that. It's like they can barely hold on to power. So they are definitely not able to deal with any type of disaster, anything besides politics. And then we have the moon. How about that? The moon reveals the truth in the darkness. So what does the moon reveal? Remember what I just said. Around the world, really, this resonates. Now I'm hearing this beeping noise. It's like a confirmation. Our political leaders, politicians, cannot deal with what's going on in their own parties. They cannot handle anything else outside of that. It's detrimental. Let's see what I can pick up off of that, because I feel like the moon is very detailed. It feels like it's connected to weather. It's connected to tides, oceans. It's connected to gravity, the moon. I am being shown some things here with the moon. I don't want to get off topic, but maybe I'm supposed to mention this because it's coming in the reading. So we have weather events. Maybe this is why I'm supposed to speak on it, because there are going to be some political issues due to natural disasters or just weather events that may not be catastrophic, but enough to cost money, rebuild. So let's go ahead and get into it. I see a El Nino coming later this year, developing later this year. That's what I'm getting. El Nino. I didn't think we were supposed to have an El Nino in 2026, but I'm being shown we are going to have an El Nino. And it's going to be widespread. I'm getting something with drought, dryness in parts of Asia. This feels to be maybe connected to Southeast. I'm getting that direction. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting here. We feel these cards at the bottom. They feel significant in my reading as well. Australia and the border of South Africa regions, drought, dryness in 2026. Let me move over. Let me see what I can get for the Western country. I say the United States. Well, we're going to move into the UK and parts of Europe, I do believe is where we're going here. So there's a altering of mid-Atlantic jet stream that is going to change the global pressure patterns all over, but especially in the EU and the UK. It feels to be indirectly, not necessarily direct, excuse me. So this feels to be especially connected to the winter months of 2026 going into 2027 for the parts of Europe, like maybe Scandinavia, I don't know, northern part, and then UK. The weather may be more than what you're bargaining for. When we go into the United States of America, I always dread doing this because I live in Florida in a very prone area for hurricanes. So we go into like late September into October of 2026. So as I'm looking at the United States, I don't mean to jump everywhere. I feel like I'm skipping around, but this is how things come in. I cannot do it. I don't have no way of writing it down, looking at cards. For the United States, I get something for late September into October 2026, and it feels to be connected to Texas and possibly Florida, which is interesting because I spoke on that before. So for Texas, I'm getting something with the Southeast is coming in for that. Southeast region. Storms, could be a tornado, and I'm seeing flooding in these areas. This is the state of Texas for 2026. Florida and Texas could share the same storm, but Texas seems to be hit the worst. But for Florida, I'm also seeing tornadoes, bad storms, especially around the peninsula and central South Florida. But I don't feel like it's anything that's going to be catastrophic. But again, I'm not God. I'm only sharing what I'm feeling. And that's what I'm getting. Bad storms. Could be more like tropical with lightning, a lot of lightning. For the United States, this feels to be like September, October of 2026. But we go into Central Europe, UK, extreme heat, Scandinavia. I wondered why I was getting something with Scandinavia. So summer of 2026, I don't want to confuse myself here. Hold on. Summer of 2026, show me again. Central Europe, parts of the UK, extreme heat, and then I do have Scandinavia coming in. Now, Scandinavia may have a bad winter, but in the summertime, it's going to be dry in Scandinavia. Also, for Russia, I'm being told things are going to thaw out in 2026. Things are going to thaw out, and there's going to be a refreeze, and it's going to be really bad, a really bad winter over in Russia. I'm seeing rain, a lot of rain coming down here. Rain, rain, rain. Where is this? Let me see if I can get anything on that. Again, the UK. Northern Ireland. I'm hearing Ireland, but I know it has to be Northern Ireland if it's connected to the UK, I do believe. And West Europe, you could have heavy rains. Oh, this is taking longer than I expected. I'm still seeing things. Oh, gosh. Scotland. Is this Scotland? Highlands. And it's interesting. We talked about that before. Scotland. Springtime. I don't know much about these areas, like the weather patterns, because I'm not from there. Okay, I don't know if this is correct, but this is what I'm getting. Scotland, this spring, summer of 2026, I see warmer temperatures. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of plants and a lot of greenery and flowers in Scotland in the very beginning, right? Because it's going to be more tropic. It's really weird, like warmer than normal. And then things start to dry out because the temperatures become much higher than normal for Scotland. I don't know what part of Scotland. I'm just being told Scotland. So I have no idea what that means. So yeah, that's why I was supposed to talk about this, because it will be things to expect. These political figures are going to have to handle these things. So if the weather is what I expect for 2026 going into 2027 with the El Nino, I think we're going to have an El Nino. I'm being told that. That brings in, let's see if I can get anything else. I don't have much time. I'm looking at that Knight of Wands or Swords. This is going to add to the fire, as we will most likely start seeing and feeling major environmental shifts, climate disruption. So this is not just about a multipolar event or disruption. It's also climate. And so this is going to be a disturbance and an overall systemic environmental failure equivalent to, I could say, planetary imbalance. And these world leaders need to wake the F up, because there's no sugarcoating it. All right, so let's move on to the Ace of Swords, and we have the Sun. I cannot leave those two bottom cards alone to save my life. And what I kept getting with the Ace of Swords, I feel like we are dealing with solar flares on a daily basis, even if we don't hear about it. Disrupting all technology, causing glitches. That's what I'm getting with the Sun and the Ace of Swords combined. Because with the Ace of Swords, I see electrical surge, which is bringing in a energetic strike. That's how I'm seeing it. And then with the Sun, I see a source of overwhelming solar power. I know my brain works weird. That's just what I'm getting with those two cards combined. So the damage this is causing, it is absolute destruction, not just in our everyday personal lives with our cell phones or computer glitches, but our economies, our banking systems, the labor, the manufacturing, and changing the dynamics of power structures. That's a big problem, and that's part of the solar change. You are continuously getting all of these crazy upgrades on your phones, and you're not able to keep up with the last upgrade, trying to learn everything. It's because of these glitches. That's what I think. We're going to move on to the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Well, right now, the United States is one of the top unstable governments. And I don't see the war ending anytime soon with Iran. I just don't see it ending. Our system is broken. The Western governments are in default and, in my opinion, unable to govern. And that's all of the West countries, not just the US. You know what I mean. Our governments are broken and not working. And maybe one day all the governments will be honest and speak truth on global crisis. However, in the next 1 to 2 years, I don't see that happening. All right, guys, my name is Dark Rose. If you are new to my channel and you enjoy my content, please subscribe, hit the like button, hype the video, share the video, leave a comment below, and thank you all for your love and support. Oh, and Kitty Cat just joined. My cat just jumped up here. There she goes, messing with the cards. But that's okay. We're going to clean the cards up anyways. I think it's time to end the video. Oh, boy. All right, guys. You have a wonderful week.